All right, now let us continue. Let's finish. I don't know if we're going to be able to finish it today. Maybe, who knows? We'll see. Let's see. Come. So the Rebbe here he's comparing the Jewish people to the new moon, because the whole thing of the new moon, this is like what we talked about just now in the Torah Or, that it's like light that comes from darkness. It's like something that comes from nothing. The new moon is a sliver of light, but it's an infinite change from what was previous. Previous, there was no light at all, and suddenly the first ray of the moon comes. It shows that there is such a thing as the moon, that there is such a thing, that it exists. And as soon as you see the first sliver, is true, there's no light, you really don't get any benefit from it. But on the other hand, you know that there is an existence of the moon. There's hope. There's hope. There's renewal. Says the Rebbe, that's the whole thing of the Jewish people. The whole idea of the Jewish people is that they're pure godliness, just a ray of a proof that God exists. Right? Like a person that's in total darkness and suddenly sees a little tiny light. Is it my imagination? Is it it? No, it's a real light, right? You know which direction it goes. There are some people that they can, by the stars, I think they have this things, I don't know how it works. They have a sextant, whatever, and they can guide by the stars. They can tell where that star is, a little tiny light, but it's enough to tell where you're going, where you are. Right, where you are. That's what the Jewish people are. The Jewish people are this little tiny ray of light that shows that God really exists. That's the pure essence of what a Jew is. And that's what Mashiach is going to reveal. Therefore, coming of the Mashiach is compared to the new moon. The new moon is when there's a sliver of the moon and not to the full moon. Because the new moon, that's the seed, that's the beginning to let you know that there is the potential that there will be a full moon. There is a moon and the moon gives light. And that's the idea of the Jewish people, that there is a Jewish people, their godliness, and they eventually will increase more and more godliness. But Yesh Lomar, we can say that this is also hinted, what the rabbis say, Kol Yamei Chayecha La'avi Limot HaMashiach. All the days of your life you should bring to, let me just get that nice pointer over here. Here we go. To bring to the days of the Mashiach. It's a Mishnah in Brachot, and it's talking about that. We say this in the Haggadah of Passover. The Haggadah of Passover. It says, Rebbe Elazar ben Azariah, he said, all the days I wanted to that everyone should say the third chapter of Shema Yisrael, that it talks about over the tzitzis, and it also talks about going out of Egypt. Going out of Egypt. He said, all of my life I wanted to institute this third chapter of Shema Yisrael that talks about going out of Egypt. And the rabbis didn't want to do it because it also talks about tzitzit, and tzitzit you don't do in the nighttime. I want it to be said even in the nighttime. We should say this third chapter even in the nighttime, because it talks about going out of Egypt. So it says, Kol Yamei Chayecha, therefore, okay, good. But there was a bit of a delay over here. So I hope that there's no delay in the recording. Okay. So it says, Kol Yamei Chayecha La'avi Limot HaMashiach. The sentence says you should serve God all the days of your life. Rebbe Elazar ben Azariah said, Rebbe Ben Zoma said, he said that all the days of your life means that you should serve God. You should say this third chapter, talking about going out of Egypt, not only in the nighttime, but also including the days of the Mashiach. Okay, so it says, let's take this out of context. Kol Yamei Chayecha, all the days of your life should be devoted to bring to the days of the Mashiach. All the days of your life should be devoted to bringing to the time of Mashiach, the days of the Mashiach. Kol Yamei Chayecha, now the Rebbe is going to explain. All the days of your life, what does it mean, all the days of your life? Pirusho means Kol Rega V'Rega, every moment that a person is alive, whether in the daytime, whether in the nighttime, whether you're awake, even if you're asleep. Shagam Az, then, when you're asleep, you're also alive. Al Yedei Nishamas Avir. by means of the general, how do you say, the aura, ray, aura, they call it aura, they call it aura of life. All the time that you're alive, it's still you. You're still alive. I'll call neshama v'neshima, every breath that a person takes. Call the neshama of every breath. Shemuchrach liyot, that it's necessary that every moment that you're alive, even if you're asleep, you call yom v'yom. Shemuchrach liyot b'kol rega v'rega. Breathing. You have to breathe every moment of your life. Not the case of eating or drinking. You can go a day, 2 days without eating or drinking anything, right? It's not easy. But you can't go very long without breathing. You have to breathe. And even when you're not breathing, you're benefiting from the last breath that you took, right? A person, your stomach can be empty. You don't have to have any food, even liquid, in your stomach, and you can live. But you can't have with no air in your lungs. That's what it means. Every single moment that you're alive should be devoted to bringing to the days of the Mashiach. Mashiach is so important, so essential, and so basic to reality, to Judaism, that should be our concern every moment. Pirusho lahachayot shehachayot shelo, your very life, every single instant should be in order to bring to the days of the Mashiach. Not just one b'shah, the time when you think and you speak about this bringing of the Mashiach, but your life itself, your very life, your very soul. It's not that okay, once in a while I will devote something to Mashiach. Your very soul should be to the Mashiach. That's what the Rebbe says. So you make a convention or something, a convention, so it shouldn't be that one class is about Mashiach. The whole topic has to be all your breath, your life is Mashiach. That's what the Rebbe says. And we can add on what it says, Lahavi liyamot Mashiach. It says you have to bring to the days of the Mashiach. To bring, it means not just that they should include the days of the Mashiach, or the Yamot Mashiach, or that you should be in the days of the Mashiach. Lahavi, it says, Lahavi liyamot Mashiach. Doesn't say that you should include, or you should part of your interest should be the days of the Mashiach, plural. This means when your life, the life of each and every Jew, is talking about Mashiach, so this brings in an automatic way the Amod of Matzev, the Amot Mashiach, of the days of the Mashiach. That the essence of every Jew should be revealed, because that's what Mashiach is, revealing the essence of every Jew, the Mashiach which is in every Jew. But there's going to be one man who is going to do this, and that man is going to be the Melech HaMashiach. So it's true that within everyone is the spark of Mashiach, and that in fact is the essence of what a Jew is. That's even above your Judaism. That's what gives reality to your Judaism. Judaism is Yechida, and this is even above that. And it's going to be not just the day of the Mashiach, it's going to be the days. Yesh Lomer, this is hinting at Shtei Tekufot, the 2 times of Mashiach. One time of the Mashiach says that in coming of the Mashiach, there's going to be 2 periods of the Mashiach. One period of the Mashiach is the Mashiach is going to bring everyone to do Torah and the commandments. And then the world is going to be orderly. And after that, there's going to be big miracles, even the raising of the dead. This also hints at the days of the Mashiach is also hinting at the many elevations and revelations that there are going to be in the days of the Mashiach, in a way of going from level to level, higher and higher. In other words, every human being is going to become more and more human. Every human being is going to become more and more alive. And this means you have to do it gradually. It has to be you that's doing it. It's not that suddenly you become just a different person and you leave your family and I have no father and mother and this is just me with God and everything. No, it has to be that my mother is holy, my father becomes holy, my business becomes holy, my family becomes holy, my house becomes holy. Every single thing in the world you realize is an amazing miracle for God. And the biggest miracle is the choices that I make, right? I have to improve things all the time. And that's called elevation without any end. In even more detail, all the days of your life to bring the Mashiach, this is expressed that immediately when you wake up in the morning, when you reveal your essence, remember we talked about that before you reveal your personality, you feel in the air surrounding you, in the atmosphere surrounding you, Mashiach. That's the avir of the Mashiach. And the rabbis say, Rucho shel Melech HaMashiach. You should know that there was, when the Rebbe was making these speeches, and like about a year and a half afterwards, all of the shluchim of Chabad, all of the emissaries of Chabad, the Rebbe had a stroke. The Rebbe would come out there was a like a sort of a porch of what was it called? Like in 770, they made a special place with a curtain. Everyone would say that the Rebbe is the Mashiach. Everyone was thinking about Mashiach. Any second, the Rebbe is going to be healthy, and there's going to be Mashiach and Mashiach. And they took what the Rebbe said very seriously. And those people were really thinking about Mashiach. And Mashiach is going to be not just a person, it's that also a person. But what he's going to do, he's going to wake up the whole world. But here's the one we can say that this, what's called the avir of the Mashiach, the surrounding atmosphere of the Mashiach. This is more than the light of the Mashiach. The light of the Mashiach is what Mashiach does. That's like we said that the moon, the first sliver of the moon, there's no personality there. There's no real light. You can't get any benefit from it, but you know that it exists. Same thing as the atmosphere of the Mashiach. This is the fact that there is such a thing as Mashiach. That's why it is and was so important to say that the Rebbe is the Mashiach. It could be maybe there's other people that are Mashiach. It could be, according to the criteria of the Rambam, right? Anyone who fills these criteria is the Mashiach. He's the Mashiach. The Rebbe filled all these criteria. So therefore, everybody said, but the main thing is it has to be a human being, a person. A person. It doesn't make any difference what he does, what he says, what he is. This person that fulfills all these criteria, and when everyone was screaming that the Rebbe is the Mashiach, the Rebbe was paralyzed. He couldn't speak, right? Nevertheless, they said that's good enough. Just the fact that there is such a thing as Mashiach. That's what's called the avir of the Mashiach, the atmosphere of the Mashiach. That's like the sliver of the first moon, the new moon. Because the or of the Mashiach, the light that comes from the Mashiach, those are the things that he does. Those are the accomplishments. This indicates that the revelation of the Mashiach by what he does. Like he'll fight the battles of God, he'll defeat all of the enemies, the enemies of Judaism, and etc. Which is not the case, the atmosphere of Mashiach. This indicates on just the fact, the etzem, the life, the existence of Mashiach. Klomer, his galus mitziuto, the fact that there is such a thing as Mashiach. Metziah shekaimu, that there is such a thing. The Torah Melech HaMashiach. I mean, maybe you can go a little bit further with this. I'm sort of going off on a limb over here. But the Rambam says, Maimonides says, that Christianity is terrible. It's awful. It's the opposite of Judaism. It came only to destroy Judaism. It's the worst. And it's a big lie. The whole thing is a lie. But in order for a lie to be believed, there has to be a little bit of truth. What's the truth? So the Rambam says, the little bit of truth is that religion, first of all, advertised that the Torah is true. They keep saying the Torah supports, and even though they twist the whole thing around, and that there's such a thing as commandments, right? He said you don't have to do the commandments anymore. There are commandments. And Mashiach, there's one person that's going to come, and he's going to fix up the whole world. And even though the person that they advertise as Mashiach is the opposite of Mashiach, but the fact is the fact that there is such a thing as Mashiach. I'm telling you, I'm going out on a limb over here, but there's the fact that there is such a thing as the Mashiach. Right? Even though that this person that they said was the Mashiach is the total opposite of but the fact that there is such a thing as Mashiach, this is an amazing advertisement. And I have to admit, I thought this before, that worked on me, right? I read the book of the Gospels, I read it, and it tremendously impressed me. And it impressed me specifically in those things. I said, wow, he says, this is the law, and the Torah says I'm true, and the Torah says this is what the Torah. I said, what, the Torah is the source of truth? The Torah is, whoever would dream that? Torah is the source of truth. And the idea that the Messiah is coming, the Mashiach, that, well, there's a person, Mashiach. The thing of Torah impressed me more. But when I saw the Rebbe, I thought, oh, maybe this is it. This is the man. Maybe this is who knows? There is such a thing. Maybe this is the thing. Maybe this is it. That's what's called the existence The fact that there is Messiah, forgetting about what he does, even if it's a false Messiah, it's this, just to know that there is such a thing as Mashiach, as a true Mashiach. There is. That's only what he does that will reveal. It says that Rabbi Akiva thought that Bar Kochava, Bar Koziva, that he was the Mashiach until he did things that weren't right. But the fact of the matter is he was looking for someone that was Mashiach. That's the point. He was looking for Mashiach. And until he did something that proved that he wasn't, so I'll look somewhere else. But he didn't stop looking. He didn't say, oh, it looks like there's no Mashiach. I made a mistake. No, he didn't stop looking for Mashiach. It happens to be that this person didn't have the criteria. But to look and to search for Mashiach, that should be the prime motivation of our life, constantly, every moment. According to this, now we can understand that the main novelty of the coming of the Mashiach is not so much what the Mashiach does, but the fact that the Mashiach is Matzati David. He called Prati, all the details which will come afterwards. The Mashiach, it says he will reveal, he'll fight the battles of God and he'll redeem all the Jewish people and all the things he's going to build a holy temple. This comes as a result and as a branching out of the fact that there is such a thing as Mashiach. And that's included in the fact that there is this person. Kashem, just like the birth of the moon includes in it all the light in a way that it's going to be added for moment to moment. But when that first sliver of the moon is there, so you can't tell anything about what it is. All you know is that it is. The Yom Tov, and we can even sweeten this a little bit more in when it says all the days of your life to bring to the days of the Mashiach, that the life, all the days of your life. He said before the Rebbe said all the time, all of your time, and also chayas, all of your life, all of your energy and your interest and your excitement, shenitkaleh metziut mevia, this brings to the days of the Mashiach. Kevan shemetziuto v'chayoto, since that your life and every moment of your life means your interest, what you're excited about. This is all of the details of your life will reveal every detail of the days of the Mashiach. Shekulim kalulim bizgalos etzem metziuto, that it's all connected to the essence. Says the Rebbe in regard to what we should actually do. The main thing is to do, since it's already been the birth of the moon. Namely, what? In the first day of Rosh Chodesh Kislev. That's going to be this, what is it? Shabbos in the nighttime. Rosh Chodesh, this is the first day of the first month of redemption. Like we said before, that's the month. Kislev is the month where there's Yutet Kislev and Chanukah, Yud Kislev. This is the third month. This is the third month. This is the winter, third month of the winter. That is connected to the third month of the summer, which is the third month of the summer, that's Sivan, when we receive the revealed Torah. And this is the third month of the winter, where we receive the concealed Torah of the year Tav Shin Nun Beit. That was when the Rebbe was speaking. This is the year of miracles are in it. And like we said before, let's change this. Instead of miracles, now we're in Tav Shin Pei, so we can take the Nun. This is the year that are Palaot, same thing, miracles, Hagdolim, great miracles. Make up whatever you want. This is the year of amazing miracles. Ba kol mikol kol. In every single way. It's sort of kol echad v'echad Yisrael. And like I said so many times before, the Rebbe said that Tavshin Nun Beit was the year the Mashiach was going to be revealed, and we see that we're still in exile. So what does it mean? It means that if it wasn't revealed then, for sure it's going to be revealed now. Mashiach is certainly going to come. So it has to be any instant now for sure. So therefore, we have to add more and more and stressing that all of the days, all of our life, all of our time should be devoted to bring to the Mashiach. That by means of this, your whole being, everything, when you wake up in the morning, should be permeated with Mashiach. Not just what Mashiach is, also what Mashiach does. But first of all, the main thing is what Mashiach is, that there is such a thing as Mashiach. And that's what we have to be waiting for. That this is the essence of every single Jew. That's Mashiach. That's what a Jew is. That's what a Jew is. It's pure godliness. Mashiach, Shabbat, that's the Mashiach in every Jew, that this should be revealed in the days of the Mashiach. Now I know you can say, listen, we've been saying this for the last 2,000 years, and it hasn't happened. And this is a very good question. And the Rebbe said, I don't have an answer to it. But one thing for sure, it's in God's hands, and it has to be any second, and we can speed up the process. So says the Rebbe. This can be even one instant now, even in the middle of this forbringen that the Rebbe is making. That will suddenly be revealed the essence of the soul of every person, just like every person wakes up in the morning, it's revealed. This will bring the days of the Mashiach. This will bring to the days afterwards of the Mashiach. By means of this, by means of what? Adding one more commandment in order to tilt oneself and the whole world to the side of merit and bring salvation to the world. That's the language of the Rambam. The Rambam says, Maimonides says, a person should look at himself that the whole world is on a scale of good and bad. It's equal. And if you do one more good thing, it weighs the whole world to the side, the whole entire world to the side of good. All of this is not of the high things that are connected to the level of Yechida, deep intuition and awareness of God, like learning, not even learning Torah or learning Chassidut, which is the Yechida of the Torah. That's good. That's good. But the Rebbe says it's even can be done in simple things, like giving physical things to another Jew, saying good morning to a Jew, a kashurim which are attached to the essence of the existence of the other person. A person is sick, go and visit him. A person is depressed, say a good word to him. A person is poor, give him money. Kol elam yuchad, especially the necessities that he's going to have for the holiday of Hanukkah. Says the days of Hanukkah, these are days of happiness, that you add on meals of happiness, including also the custom that you give called Hanukkah Geld, money on Hanukkah. According to this, in one of the meals of the forbringing of the days of Hanukkah, also of the joy of Yud Kislev and Yutet Kislev. May it be God's will. And this is the main thing. That the beginning of this month of Kislev, the month of redemption, should come actually and revealed with a total redemption, completion, and fill the redemption of the world by means of the Mashiach. And it's not really that unbelievable. All it requires is for the leaders of the world to stand up and say, listen, we made a mistake and we realize that the Torah is true. And we've decided to accept on ourselves the 7 Noahide commandments, all of us. And we're learning, we're trying our best. And we'd like to say, you don't have to say anymore. We want to apologize. You don't have to apologize to the Jews, what we did to them. Forget about that. Just do good. From now on, do good. All you have to have is 2, 3 leaders that stand up in the world and say, this is, from now on, we're doing the 7 Noahide commandments. We realize that the Torah is the truth, the way it was explained by the rabbis, and that's it. That's what it's going to be from now on. We're worshiping only our Creator, only the Creator, what the Creator wants through His Torah. And that's 7 Noahide commandments. All you have to do is have a couple of leaders of the world say that, especially religious leaders, and the whole world will transform. It'll take 1 minute. They'll put it on television. Everyone will see it. The whole world will be fixed up to serve God together. Like it says, the call to God in one language and to serve them as one group. It's a sentence, and where is it? It's Fanya, and Safanya, the prophet Safanya. The whole world will serve only the Creator. Only the Creator. And especially this week's Haftorah. The Haftorah this week is Yechi Adoni HaMelech David L'Olam. It's a very interesting thing. This week's Torah, Haftorah, let's have a look over here, is King David is dying, right? He's dying in his deathbed. Is that right? No. 1 second. 1 minute. No. That was last week's, wasn't it? Chodesh. 1 second. No, this is Malachi. 1 minute. This is the Haftorah, I think, of last. Anyway, the story goes is that King David was sick. He was dying in his deathbed. This was last week's, wasn't it? Yeah. He was dying. He was in his deathbed, and his wife came to him and said, listen, I hear that your son, Adoniyahu, he's declaring himself to be the king. and he's got some, and you promised that my son, King Solomon, he would be the king, Shlomo. And okay, there's a whole the story over there, what happens, and finally he brings Shlomo, he says Shlomo's going to be the king. And that's it. He anoints Shlomo, and Shlomo, he becomes the king. And in the end, they say, Yechi Adoni Amelech David La'olam. May our master King David live forever. May he live forever. Now he was on his last moments, King David. He was going to die. It was obvious. And nevertheless, it said, may King David should live forever. That's what, from this they got the idea to say that the Rebbe Yechi Adonenu Moreno Rabbeinu Melech Mashiach, that the Rebbe is the Mashiach. All the emissaries of Chabad, all of them, they were saying, long live the king, right? Long live the king forever. Nitzchius, this is the eternal. What do you say? Eternal. The eternal continuation of King David that will be drawn down into King Solomon. And this will eventually result in the Melech HaMashiach, that he's going to come from King David and from King Solomon. The Rambam Maimonides says that King David, he was the first Mashiach, and we're waiting for the Mashiach ben David. What we're saying is this, is that there is such a thing as Mashiach. Long live the king. That's what we're saying. Long live the Rebbe forever. They used to be the kids, when the Rebbe would come in, they would say, Yechi Adonenu, Yechi Rabbeinu, Rabbeinu, Yechi Adonenu. They would say about the Rebbe, and they just stuck on the end, Melech Mashiach. It was appropriate. By means of this, afterwards, it comes revealed to everybody simply. So the point is, the Mashiach is a person. He has to be a person. But he's going to be a person that's going to be pure Jew. And he's going to reveal in all of us people what a true Jew is. And that a true Jew is the revelation of God. And God is creating everybody. He's creating everyone in the world. And that's the thing of the Mashiach. Mashiach is going to make it that everyone is going to realize that there's a creator, and every human being is important to the creator. God is creating everybody. And every human being has responsibility to the creator. And that's the 7 Noahide commandments for the non-Jews. Like it's hinted at in the beginning of our Torah portion, these are the Toldos Yitzchak. These are the offspring of Yitzchak. These are the Toldot. These are the offspring of the Melech HaMashiach. The results, the revelation of the Mashiach. Toldot means what he reveals. Is going to be in a way that's going to be revealed to everybody. Ve'ela, these. So that's the 36th. Until until it's going to be happiness. These are the generations of Yitzchak. Yitzchak means happiness. It'll make that even the non-Jews, everyone will be happy. This will the Birur, the Lavan, that Yaakov refined the Lavan. It says in Parshas next week's Torah portion. The aim Esav, and also Esav in the Torah portion after that. Until Adoni Seira, until it will come. It says the Esav said, I want to walk together with you. He said, no, you go ahead of me. I'm going to walk slowly, said Yaakov. I'll walk slowly until we'll meet you up in Seir. Where's the Seir? It says in the days of the Mashiach. That it says, Olam Moshiach Bahar Zion, will come the saved ones, the Jewish people, to Mount Zion, and they will judge the mountain of Esav, and God will be the ruler immediately. That is this week's Dvar Malchut. Mashiach. We have to have Mashiach now. We need Mashiach now, and Mashiach is here right now. That's what the Rebbe said. All right, let's do the Yom Yom. Let's second. Oh.